All right, guys, we'll go ahead and let a couple more people join, and then we'll get rolling. I'm going to try to keep this under 10 minutes today, just so we can keep it short and to the point. I'll let a couple more people hopefully log in, and then we'll get going. For those of you that are in and joined right now, I'm going to actually be giving a couple of hats away for on Periscope likes. We'll probably do, if you get more than 750 in the video, if we're about 10 minutes, then we'll give away a free hat. I'll get you information, and then we'll send you one. If you win on Facebook, if you like and share some of the videos we'll do by Thursday, then we'll go ahead and enter you in a drawing to get you a hat as well. So keep clicking the likes, and definitely share the video and like the video on Facebook, and we'll get you a chance to win a hat. Couple announcements real quick. One, in a couple of weeks, we're gonna change over, and this show is gonna be called The Diamond Show. You guys saw it on the heading tonight. We're looking to put a couple of things in place. Hopefully that'll be done in the next couple of weeks, and we'll continue to progress. We've had a lot of positive feedback in the first 3 episodes, so we look to continue to grow this and try to reach out to as many coaches in the coaching community to give back and hopefully better our youth baseball. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and get started. It's about 9:20. Let's talk about last week, and we mentioned our full routine. So that our routine starts from the time we wake up. We start visualizing the way we eat, what we do, the music we listen to on the way to the ballpark. When we get to the ballpark, the type of drills that we do. We mentioned our on-deck circle routine, our in-at-bat routine, and then kind of what we're doing in between each at-bat. We've got to stay consistent. Consistency is definitely the key to this game. So today I want to talk about what we do in our at-bats and how we better ourselves in that, 15, 20 second in between every single pitch. Kind of how we get our mind right and prepared for the next pitch. I'll go over 4 things that we want to do in those 20 seconds. For you youth guys, if you pick one, you're on the right start. A lot of times when we're younger, our mind gets racing a million miles an hour, and it's hard to concentrate on all 4. So understand, if you're a youth coach or a youth player, maybe just pick one. And as you kind of understand this system, then we can kind of add more and more and more. So first one that you're going to do in between every single pitch is we're going to step out of the box. We're going to kind of learn what just happened. Okay, you're going to ask yourself a couple of questions. One, was I ready to hit that pitch? All right. Basically, was I on time? Did I get myself ready to attack whatever pitch I was looking to hit or looking to drive? The second one you're gonna ask yourself was, if I swung, was I visually connected to it? And even if you were just watching it, were you visually connected to the baseball? I talk about a lot of times in my mechanics portion, that is the single most important thing when it comes to hitting, is how well and how we're connected to the baseball. Okay, so you're gonna ask yourself, was I visually connected? You're also gonna ask yourself, was I distracted by anything else going on? Was I worried about the situation in the game? Was I worried about the screaming parent? Was I worried about pleasing other teammates? Did I have a lot of distractions going on? If we're distracted by a ton of different things, it's definitely going to hinder our ability to perform. All right, so ask yourself those questions and get yourself to a point where you aren't distracted by anything. Okay. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to get control of your mind. All right. A couple of things that you can do is you can definitely breathe, take deep cleansing breaths, what I call them, control your body language. One of the biggest things that I used in college, and I talked to a lot of professional athletes, and they use them as well, is finding a focal point. And we'll talk about focal point for a second. To me, a focal point might be something on your bat. We give all our kids bat rings to look at and really focus on. Might be a sign in left field, right field, somewhere around the stadium. might be something on your cleats, might be something on your batting gloves, whatever it is. It's something to look at and refocus your mind. Take yourself back to when you were successful. You know, if you looked at that TPA sign in left field and the prior 3 or 4 games and you were 3 for 4, that's taking you back to that confident mindset. Okay, so it's very, very important to reset yourself and look back at that focal point. I have written down here, any physical act that requires focus and attention will work for eliminating the distractions that you have. Okay, so if we eliminate distractions, obviously we have a better chance of being successful when we step back into the box. The next thing is we want to visualize, right? And we want to visualize ourselves having success. All right. We don't want to visualize ourselves obviously failing. We don't want to visualize the task at hand and become overwhelmed by that task. We want to visualize a couple of things, and one of them being what kind of pitch we're looking for. All right. If we're up at the plate and we're sitting on fastball, we don't want to visualize all these pitches coming in. We want to visualize a fastball. All right. And then for our more advanced hitters, we want to visualize kind of our location. All right, are we sitting middle in? Are we sitting outer half of the plate? Are we sitting high? Are we sitting low? Okay, and all that stuff comes from how you study the pitcher and how that team is pitching you, in prior at bats or prior games you've played them. My guess is we're humans, we're creatures of habit. They're going to pitch you probably the same way until you prove them wrong. Okay, so we're visualizing ourselves not only having success, right, but we're visualizing ourselves seeing the fastball, seeing the location that fastball is in, and it could be off speed, curveball, changeup, whatever. We're seeing that, and then we're seeing ourselves obviously have success and attack and square that baseball up because we're visually connected and having success hitting the baseball. So the visualization part is huge. We talked about it the second we wake up. We talked about it on our way to the ballpark. We talked about it in our pregame routine. We talked about it in our on-deck routine. Okay, we got to consistently visualize. I always say that the mind doesn't know what the body doesn't do. Right? So that your mind doesn't understand if you're physically doing it or you're just visualizing it. Okay, so it's very, very important to visualize yourself getting the pitches you're looking for and attacking and having success in that next pitch, right? And then the last one, very, very important, I've talked about it quite a bit, is committing to our plan, all right? And one, we'll talk about how we get a plan and really how we develop that plan in future episodes. But for right now, a plan is something that, well, right now we'll kind of go over the very, very basic, broad spots of it. But our plan is something that's developed from prior at bats, from studying the pitcher. You have, instead of 4 or 5 at bats a game, you have 30, 40, because you're watching how that opposing team is pitching your teammates. All right, so you're kind of going up to a plate with a plan. All right, is he throwing me all fastballs until he gets ahead? Is he pitching me backwards? Is he runner gets in scoring position? He's throwing off speed. He's filling up the zone with off speed. If first base is open, he's filling it up with off speed. Okay, so you're constantly developing and evolving and changing your plan throughout the game. So that's kind of how we learn, and again, we'll dive more into that. But we've got to commit. All right, so whatever that pitcher or whatever information we're collecting from the pitcher or from the other team, when we get up to the plate, we've got to commit to that plan. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to kids, and honestly, I've done it myself. We go up to the plate, and we're committed. We tell ourselves we're committed to hitting first pitch fastball. Or this guy, runner, let's just use this as an example. Runner on second base. Runner in scoring position, first base is open. That runner on second base is the tying run, and we know that they're going to throw off speed. All right, that's what they've done the whole game in the whole series. All right, and then we get up there first pitch, and they trick us. All right, they throw a fastball, and then we try to hit it, or we try to attack it. Okay, and then we end up getting jammed, getting sawed off, and hitting the ball to the right side to get an out. Okay, yeah, now you advance the runner. That's awesome, but you didn't stick and commit to your plan. All right, too many times we go up to the plate with a plan, and we don't stick to it 100%. All right. We're sitting on that dead red fastball and they throw us a hanging breaking ball and we try to swing it because it looks so good. All right. We need to stick to it. It's the key to successful hitting, guys. The guys that have a plan, okay, go up to the plate with a plan and stick to it are the guys that are most successful over a long period of time. All right. It's very, very important. So when we step back into that box, we definitely commit to our plan. It's so important. So today we've kind of gone over, like I said, I'm going to try to keep this at 10 minutes. Continue to click the likes. We'll try to get some free giveaways. And Facebook, make sure you definitely share and like these videos so we can continue to grow and spread the word. And for those of you that join late on Facebook, we're going to be giving away one of these hats. They're actually going to be black for someone chosen randomly who likes and shares our videos. For you guys on Periscope, if you get over 750 likes, then we'll enter you in a drawing to give you a hat. In future episodes, just to give you an idea, what we're going to go over our plans and how we really dive into establishing our plans in terms of what the pitcher is throwing, how we evolve those plans throughout the game, how we continue to pay attention. We learn from how they're throwing us from our at-bats, and we learn from how they're throwing our teammates. Okay, and we also need to understand, and we'll teach this. You know, if you're a leadoff guy or you're a 9-hole guy or you're a 3-hole guy, you're probably going to be pitched a little bit different, especially as you get higher. All right, in the ranks and whatnot. We'll also dive a little bit into our traffic light. Okay, traffic light, red, yellow, and green. The 3 different stages that we talk about that we can reach throughout the game, and how to recognize those and how to get us back to green. All right, being green is the confident person, is the guy that's 3 for 3, 3 for 4 with a couple doubles, a game-winning hit or whatnot. So that's what's coming up in the next couple weeks. Thanks again for watching, guys. Please jump on to Facebook or my YouTube channel and check us out. I got a bunch of drills, mechanics. I will post this video on my YouTube channel just so you guys can see it for future references to look back. One thing I forgot to mention in the beginning is those that are watching, make sure you take some notes. You guys can see I got a little note page that I took my own notes just to prepare for this show because I can't remember everything, and you shouldn't expect yourself to remember everything. And use this can be part of your pregame routine. On your way to the game, use some of the notes that you take and use that to concentrate on that day. It'll keep you from being distracted by a bunch of other things. Okay, so that's very important. Make sure you guys are taking notes throughout these. Yes, you can access them in future, but it helps to write some things down. So thanks again for tuning in, guys. We'll look for this next week, next Tuesday at 9:15. We're going to try to do this for at least the next 6 months. And like I said earlier, we got a bunch of cool things coming in the future with this show to continue to reach out to our youth coaches and kind of give back to the game of baseball and hopefully better the coaching and players that are going through their spring season. So thanks again for tuning in and look forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday at 9:15. Thanks, guys.